Hello everybody. Hi, my name is Viet. I'm a seminarian for the Archdiocese of Galveston, Houston. I am assigned here at St. Charles Borromeo in Houston for the summer to learn Spanish. Obviously right now I'm not speaking Spanish. It's something I'm still working on. However, I do want to create this short video for you to introduce myself, kind of tell you a little bit more about myself, so that next time you do see me within the parish, you know who I am, and I'm not just some random stranger in a face mask who you don't know. So without further ado, here's a little bit about me. I am currently 33 years old. I'm the oldest child of 3 children. I have a little sister and a little brother. Both of my parents, like a lot of Vietnamese people that are here in Houston, were refugees who escaped from their country after the fall of Vietnam to the communists. I was born and raised here in Houston. I've been a Houstonian my entire life. I went to school here, I studied here. I did go to college at Texas A&M University for 5 years, where I got my bachelor's degree in biology. At that time, like a lot of Asians, I wanted to become a doctor, a medical doctor. However, my grades weren't so great. I didn't party or anything like that, but rather I just didn't have an aim. I didn't have too much motivation in terms of my studies. So after changing my goal to dentistry, because I had a lot of family members who were dentists, I graduated with a biology degree in 2010. Afterwards, I went directly into dental hygiene school. The reason why I did that was because my grades weren't super competitive to get into dental school. I thought dental hygiene would be, first of all, a good job to have, but also a good kind of like stepping stone towards a future career or future entrance into dental school. I worked as a dental hygienist for 5 years after obtaining my degree, and during this time, during these 5 years, I dated a woman quite seriously. We actually talked about marriage. We talked about having kids, and we actually picked out their names, the names of our future kids. However, due to some sins, habitual sins in my life, I was unable to love her in the way that all women deserve to be loved, the way that Jesus loves us. I wasn't able to give her that self-sacrificial, that complete, selfless love that she craved for. So we went on a short break after about 3.5 years of dating. Now, during that break, about a month into it, I received a call from her, and it turned out that she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and she unfortunately died a few months later at the age of 30. Now, this was really tough on me. Even during that breakup, I did love her, and I still do love her, and I pray for her every day. I pray for her soul every day. However, that me mourning her loss and reflecting on her life as well as our relationship was one factor in which God used to turn me towards the seminary life, or towards the priesthood. At that point also, I was also having kind of doubts with my career. Don't get me wrong, dental hygiene is a great career. I recommend to anybody. However, I knew that I wasn't satisfied with it. I wasn't being satisfied with it. Again, reflecting on the death of my ex at the age of 30, I knew that if I died at that moment, during that time, I knew that I wouldn't have had lived my life in the way that God wanted me to live. That is, I didn't live my life pursuing God's will for my life. So I started really seriously thinking about, what am I doing with my life? What is God's will in my life? And, what am I supposed to do? I was in a little bit of despair. At that same time also, I decided that, if I was going to date again, I wanted to do it right. I wanted to be able to date a good Catholic woman, and do everything right in the relationship, and get married in a Catholic church, and the full wedding, all 9 yards. However, I knew that I felt that in order for me to be worthy of a good Catholic woman, I had to first and foremost be a good Catholic man. So I started going to daily mass more often. I started participating in the sacrament of reconciliation, and I started being more active in my home parish here in Houston, which included teaching RCIA classes and being a lector, and just more involvement with the church, being involved with a young adults group also. I started to find that I found a lot of joy and satisfaction in doing these things that involve the church. I had a lot of joy teaching the catechism. I felt an amazing satisfaction, amazing energy from lecturing during Mass. And I just felt that being with the young adult group and sharing the faith and learning about the faith was really worth my time. So all these factors together that God placed in my life at this time, God was tilling the ground for my vocation. What kind of really started me off on the path of discerning into the priesthood was the summer of 2015, when during one of the Cafe Catholica events here in Houston, Father T.J. Doce, who was the vocation director at the time, at the end of Mass, gave a call out to vocations. He invited all the young men and women who were single at the time to think about and consider possibly a religious vocation, or a vocation to the priesthood, or consecrated single life. And at that point, that for some reason, that really rung out very clearly to me at that time. At that time, I had a few friends who were in the seminary already, and they weren't weird guys or anything like that. They weren't in there because they couldn't get girlfriends. So that, plus all the stuff that I've just said, made me think, you know what, this is something that I really should check out. So I began reading books. I began to attend discernment retreats that the Office of Vocation here holds, and I came to conclusion after probably about a year of discernment and prayer, decided to enter into the seminary, to take that leap. I did, and I'll be glad to report to you that it's been an amazing adventure so far. At the moment of filming, I have just finished my 3rd year of seminary. I just finished the year which is called First Theology. So God willing, in about 4 years, I will be ordained to the priesthood. So that's a little bit about me. If you see me at the parish, please feel free to come up to me, say hi, and I would love to learn more about you also. I look forward to spending my summer here at St. Charles Borromeo, learning Spanish and being involved with the lives of the people that are here. I'm very grateful to Father Miguel and Father Antonio for their hospitality in agreeing to house me and my seminarian brother here. And I look forward to meeting each and every one of you. Thank you, and God bless.